Continue my creative build that I was working on here yesterday, and so where I left you off was with my house kind of a third of the way through, and I did get it finished off, so I'm just going to quickly show you that now. So here is the finished product, and I've actually decorated it, which I don't usually decorate. So I'll do a quick little fly around the outside here. Here is the outside of the house. It's got a little stone walkway staircase that kind of goes up from the waterfront here. We're going to start putting in a dock along the edge here, or some type of water frontage type thing. But we'll head up into the house. So what you missed from last time is I've now got it all furnished as well. A little sitting area here in front of the fireplace. Some artwork up on the walls. Lanterns. My cat. Big Al came up with these really cool lanterns here. He's using them in his library on Gitcraft. So I totally stole the idea from him. Hope Al doesn't mind. Sure he won't. Just gotta move the cat out of the way of the monitor. There we go. And yeah, so this is the first floor. I started working on a basement, but really all I got to in the basement was just kind of a doorway down into it. If you're wondering about the texture pack, it's Conquest is what I'm using. So I'm kind of going for that ominous look as it goes into the basement here. So here is the basement, but it's nowhere near done. So we'll move on to the rest of the house. So a little kitchen area here, kind of stuck in the corner. Some banners up on the wall, which is actually just artwork from this texture pack. Some tables along there, got some flower pots in. And we move up to the next level here, a couple of meeting tables or dining tables, whatever you want to call them. A couple more chairs around. Another sitting area here. We've got a staircase, spiral staircase up to the next level. Kind of a meeting area in here as well. Stained glass windows in front of the bedrooms here, and then each bedroom. Nice big bed put in there. Furnished. It's a big step for me because I never ever actually do the interiors of my buildings. This is the first time I've actually gone and pulled one off and got all the interior stuff done. So, and yeah, there's the other one. The two exact mirrors of each other, these two rooms, so they provide a pretty good living space for anybody. So now what I'm working on is the docks outside. Again, if you guys have any suggestions you'd like, I'm kind of going for like a medieval theme, so anything that you guys want to come up with for you'd like to see built, I would be happy to take a crack at it for you. And now I'm going to go head over and start working on this dock here. Go with another pillar up here. Just about time for me to replace my mouse. It's starting to do some weird and wonderful things that I'm not overly pleased about. So I'm actually going to take these ones out. Continue this along here. totally not sure what I'm going for here. But again, I never really plan out a build, I just start building. So if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I tear it down and start over again. So. Gonna be a little stubborn building this, I think, here. Thank God for creative mode. Because then it doesn't matter how stubborn it wants to be. Again, if you guys have any suggestions for builds, let me know. And I will do my best to attempt whatever you guys come up with. I would like to stay again with the medieval theme. Again, nice thing about creative builds is, don't like it, tear it down, redo it. to make these lights look a little finished off instead of just a hunk of glowstone hanging off the side of a wall or something. Just enough mood lighting here. I don't want it to be too bright down here because it is medieval, so. So one thing I want to do is I'm gonna give this stone brick here a little bit more character, because when I filled it in, I just filled it in with regular brick to start just to get it laid out. But now it's time to add some of the cracked and mossy in its place. Turn around and do some cracked first. Trying to make it look as random as possible. I did not mean to bust out that. So much shit in my inventory now. One thing I like about this Conquest texture pack is, you know, place two blocks beside each other, but the two blocks aren't going to look identical. So like, I'm going to knock out this one here, I'll place some cracks there, place this one. Of course the two of them look the same. Yeah, you sons of bitches. I just did it earlier and it changed it. There, see, that one's a little bit different design. For whatever reason, that one wants to be the exact same one. So I'll fix that. But you notice these two here, they're not the same texture on them. Alright, let's throw a little bit of moss in here. Don't want too much of the moss going up on the chimney system there. Damn cat's back again. Definitely throw more moss down here on the docks. Just because it is, well, I guess more damp and whatnot down here. Alright, that gives that a little bit more character. So next we'll throw some wood planks on the docks here, just to kind of give it a, if there's crates or that's not going to look very good. Forgot I made the docks set down half a step. So now my crates just float in the air. That's not going to work. I have decided that I need some stairs up to the backside of my house here, so seeing this texture pack raw stone itself definitely looks like real stone. When I get a chance, I'm going to find some of the granite too for you to have a look at. It actually looks really decent in this texture pack. It's not that stupid pink rock. So I have set this my little world here to peaceful because I don't want to deal with having to get the lighting perfect so that no mobs spawn around here, because it really does take away from the actual build itself. And since this is going to be I don't know, maybe a futures of a medieval village here, I don't have to make, I don't want it to be all completely lit up so that it's kind of takes it, you end up tripping over torches all over the place and stuff like that. So I'm going to go for as much natural look as possible and just turn off the mob spawn so I don't have to worry about monsters in here. Alright. Fill in the rest of this wall. So now I've got this big brick frickin' wall now that I'm not liking. So I'm going to change this up a bit. Start to build this in a bit, give it some dimension. There. It's given it enough just so that it's not one great big old smooth wall. Gives it a little bit more look. A little bit more depth to it. Take this out here.
Dog barks, let him in.
I'm streaming, so you can let him in.
No, you can let him in.
Go with the same pattern we did for the edging down below. There. I'm actually going to grab a hunk of oak and bring that tree right down to here. Just because I think the tree looks just fine where it is. Don't need to change up the landscape too much. I might bust this out here. Of course the grass will fill back in, so... So that grass will end up going back in there. And all right, what to do next? Starting to turn to nighttime here, so we'll like get a good glimpse of just how the lighting's going to work out here. Don't mind it being this dark here. I think what I will do is I will add a light fixture here. torches up at the bottom of the stairs, but then it does get dark enough down here that it's a little bit more ominous looking. So, with any eye, I can turn on where mobs would spawn if it was here, and as you can see, these yellow X's indicate anywhere a mob will spawn during daylight. If it's a red X, it'll spawn anytime, day or night. So you can see down here, if I have mob spawning turned on, I'd have mobs spawning down there all the time. Doesn't matter if it's day or night. But if I had this completely lit up so that mobs wouldn't spawn, it would just look freaking hideous around here. It would be just too much lighting. So I would sooner go for the look rather than functionality. Gotta put this angle in here for the around this corner. It kind of works. I don't know. I'm not totally sold on it, but it's something. I should continue with some kind of roadway up here. Might have to fill this little hole in here a bit. And maybe look for another building to start putting up. If anybody has any suggestions for buildings, let me know. Of course, medieval themed. I might actually extend out this walkway here. This over here. Okay, we got that cleaned out. Not sure what I'm doing here yet. This is going to be a pathway through here. And I'm going to do it in nether brick. No, not nether brick, just brick. So in this texture, this makes a really unique pathway here. I never actually looked to see. So that's how they look stacked. Which is really interesting, but the top on it makes a really great road pattern. Kind of happy with how that's going to turn out. And some leaves. Oh, we'll just go oak leaves. Don't need any carpet here. So leaves placed make really great little shrubbery dividers for roadways and whatnot. Now what I did with, this is similar to road systems we have on Gibcraft in our village that we built. What I did on there is I actually placed lighting down below the leaves. So for instance, I can throw some glowstone down here, throw the leaves on top. Now it lights it up, but you don't see a, it's kind of a nice way to hide the lighting that you need in an area. And it lights up the road enough that get good visibility. So just gonna do a little tree clearing here, and I think I might end up building a bridge up. I'm seeing the top of that mountain over there, and I think it needs something built on it, so. Alright, so we'll put some more lighting in here now. Leaves. So placed leaves shouldn't despawn, so you don't have to worry about putting logs or stuff down there so the leaves stay. So now I got basically the access way to whatever bridge system I want to build up over to here. And what do you know? It snows up here. So it must be a high enough elevation that we can get snow up here. Which, ugh, I hate terrible snow. But it is what it is. Look what I could end up doing actually over here. Is I'll maybe cut this down a bit here, make a pathway out, and have some farmland out here. Might be how it's going to turn out. Okay, so there's a finished pathway. And because I don't want folks falling off the side here, I'm just going to finish this off here a bit. This is kind of redundant lighting here, but it will serve a purpose just to add something in this. No, can't go there. I don't like it. Alright. Now, what to do for a bridge over here? Clearly this tree can't be here. those damn trees to despawn. So we put 21 between these. So it means go back 11. That would be the exact center. Not sure what I'm doing just yet. I know I'm just laying it out, planning it. This is probably not the material I'm going to be staying with. Here. So I'm going to carry this out one more here. One more here. Here. Kind of want this to end up being kind of like an arched bridge, but I believe I'm going to have to raise this up. One more here. This one, I think I'm actually going to carry over. Make that 3. Move it 2. you're going to be 1. You're 1. So take you up 3. And 2 at 2. Oh, screwed that up already. So that's my 2. You're a 2. And a 1. 1. Okay. Now let's change this up to stone. This is the downside with not really planning your builds, is you end up breaking a lot. Get out of here, cow. Foxy the Fan, welcome to the stream. Not much is up right now. I'm working on a creative server, or not a server, it's just a creative single player. I usually play on Gibcraft, and I'm at a creative block on there right now on my survival world with the castle I'm building, so every once in a while I'll just fire up a creative build and start building some things to come up with some ideas. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm going after a medieval village look here. And finished building my first house, and then like a little wharf system around it, dock system, whatever. And now I'm working on a bridge. To figure out some kind of a railing for this after, or side piece anyway. So I'm somewhat of a believer in physics. I don't like freestanding blocks. So if you look at this right here, right now, there's really nothing supporting. Like, these blocks are only connected by one edge. I don't like building like that because it just doesn't, engineering-wise, look right. So I'll end up going through and I'm just going to thicken these edges up so that there's more basically kind of holding that up. I mean, physics really doesn't play a part in this game anyway, but to have a build look right, is there should be some support there. So you see now, like, this platform here kind of extends onto the next one, and it's held up by the previous one, so there's like a tiny bit of support. Same. With the side here. There, now it just looks a little beefier. I mean, granted, if this was built in real life, this still isn't going to hold up, not without some type of pillar support system, which I may even still add that here. But at least now it's not, you know, the old adage of Well, let's take a couple of stairs here, for instance. I put this down. Clearly, that stair is not going to hold itself up. I mean, yeah, it will in Minecraft, but it looks like it's, you know, just going to topple over and fall off the edge. So, either putting an underside stair in to support it or blocks underneath to support it, to get away from those severe right angles. Even if you look at the build of my house, all these front edges, I've undercapped all the stairs that we used on the roof just to give it that solid appearance. I don't have any really freestanding blocks at all in my build. The only place that kind of comes into play would be on my second story here. In this stairwell. But each one of these runs are supported by, it kind of comes out from this pillar, so it is somewhat supported by being attached to this piece. So it doesn't look quite as awkward. But everything else, like even the next floor above, I've got it supported by understairs. This here, you know, I'm supporting everything so that it hopefully doesn't topple over. Not that it will, but you want it to have that appearance of something solid. And I think, you know, everybody's build style is a little bit different. I've seen other people that have built, they tend to build things that are a little bit more airy and a little bit more kind of my buildings are always, I don't know, you call them thick, and I've seen some other builds that are fantastic that are not as kind of bulky as what I tend to build. But it's all your preference. So I am going to put some type of a support system in here. There, now that bridge looks like it will stand up to the test of time. Cap it off by throwing the lantern up here. Probably throw a couple at that end and a couple at that end as well. In fact, I will do that now. Trapdoors make great light covers. It seems to be, it doesn't matter really what texture pack you're using, it makes nice covers for the lights. Wow, the texture's just totally changed all of a sudden. How bizarre is that? I can't see them being biome specific. Well, let's have a look at what biome I am. This is Extreme Hills. River. Oh, well, what do you know? So Extreme Hills, I've never come across that in this texture pack where it changes what the freaking trapdoors look like. Well then, got a solution for that. We will change these lanterns up a bit. There's my stone. Like this. We'll just make this area a little fancier side of town. I'm not totally sold that that's the way I want to go with these lights either. No. So let's change it right up here. all else fails, totally change the light. I'm going to use redstone lamps this time. I'll still cap it the same. Alright, so there's the bridge. It's going to lead over to this mountainside. I might actually maybe dig a tunnel in through the mountain and come up around the other side. Might not even build up there. Could build over on this side here. I think just to beef this up a bit. Let's just thicken that up here. Just gives it that little extra it needs. Alright, so today did finish the interior of the building before I started streaming, so got that accomplished, and then built this little staircase down, and then during the stream here we built the dock. Little pathway up this far side, kind of gave this a little bit more of a 3D textured look to it by sinking in some of the cobble or some of the brick through there. And then yeah, we got this bridge and walkway and bridge built over here, so I think that's probably a good stop for now. Again, if you guys have any suggestions for builds, let me know, and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter. I always usually announce on Twitter when I'm going to start streaming, so it's a good place to keep track of me. In the meantime, feel free to send me some messages as to what you would like to see me build in this little medieval themed village that I'm going to start building here. So, with that said, have a good night.